Welcome back, everybody, to my little corner of the internet where we hang out, we talk about games, of course, we play games and talk about stupid things on the internet. Today, we are talking about games. Lucky for you. Resident Evil, a happy, fun, cheerful land full of everything you could ever want. Slapping people around, roided out zombies, and of course, a balanced diet of human flesh. Now, today's story involves the Resident Evil leaks that surfaced way back when we found out the Resident Evil 4 remake was a thing. And in case you didn't know, they're remaking Resident Evil 4. So there's some tasty knowledge for you. My cat is all up on my business and she's like purring into the microphone. Dusk Golem, as he's known on Twitter, was the original source of this info. What makes this rumor worth listening to is Dusk Golem's track record, as they originally leaked Resident Evil Village and were right about almost every detail that was discussed. Pretty cool. And there's some other sources here and there confirming what we're going to be talking about. We're talking about Resident Evil Outrage. I don't know if this game was in development or not, but more than likely it was just in the baby phase, the discussion phase. So some concept art, talking points, that kind of thing. Resident Evil Outrage was meant to be a multiplayer game where you could go wild and shoot zomboids and zombabes, you know? The usual. From what I've seen, it wasn't meant to have a huge story mode. It was supposed to be mainly like a massive multiplayer kind of game. But according to multiple sources, that game has been canned for good. The story, the little bit of story it actually did have, was to involve Rebecca Chambers searching for a cure for the virus that infects people with an uncontrollable rage. So enemies were assumed to be more aggressive. Makes me think 28 Days Later style, you know? I would actually really enjoy a multiplayer-based Resident Evil. They could do it Left 4 Dead style with like missions, minimal dialogue, and make it combat-focused. I wouldn't hate that. I think that'd be fun. But to be fair, I'm kind of a huge nerd for the series, I'm not gonna lie. Not as much as Silent Hill. But hey, we all have our preferences. Silent Hill is just always in my heart. I'll mourn the game that I never got to play for eternity, most likely. So here is an article by Gaming Bolt. They go over the bullet points for us. We love bullet points. Resident Evil Outrage was a multiplayer-based project and has been internally canceled by Capcom. Rumor. An insider report says the game has been canned, but also that it was not the rumored Switch title, which may or may not still be in active development. The Resident Evil series is one of the most consistent and consistently releasing series on the planet right now. This year, we got both the excellent Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4 VR. We know there's plenty in the pipeline as well, since we basically had confirmation that a full remake of Resident Evil 4 is also in development. Today, we also got some more information about a potential other game, but it's not all good news. Earlier this year, due to a big leak from Capcom as well as insider rumors, we got word of a project in the works called Resident Evil Outrage. It's unclear if this would have been the final name. Early rumors stated that the game was a timed Switch exclusive starring Rebecca Chambers, a prominent character in the original Resident Evil, and later Resident Evil 0. However, a new report known from Nintendo insider Nate Drake seems to indicate that the game is no longer around, but also that it wasn't what it stated originally. On the Family Boards forum, Drake told people it was best to forget about Resident Evil Outrage. While questioned about that, he said that while the project may still exist in some form, the game as it once known is officially canceled. So there you have it, folks. This game will not come to be. Let me know what you think down below. Would you ever want a massive multiplayer Resident Evil to be more modern? Or do you like the creepy suspense kind of thing? What do you prefer? And leave me a like to help out the channel, guys. Come on. I put a lot of love and work into these videos, if you couldn't tell. A lot of my soul. And your help is very much appreciated to keep this train rolling. And of course, if you like my content, toss me a sub. Join this community. We're over here numbing that pain with constant killer content, and you know I'm gonna see you next time. I always do.